Lexus dropped off this redesigned 2024 GX550. We're gonna be looking at the driver's display, the infotainment, and then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna test the driver assistance features that they have put on this, the Safety Suite 3.0, and we're gonna see what happens if you just don't put your hands on the wheel. What if you pass out? What happens on the road? So we're gonna test all of those features out and we're gonna get started right now. So we're gonna go over the driver's display first. As you can see here, you do have, as you can see on the right side, you do have a menu that right now it says the miles per gallon. Underneath that, you have the battery voltage, and underneath that, you have your gas tank with your estimated range. Then down here in the lower corner, you have your cruise control and your lane keep assist on. On your left side, you have another menu button. Right now it has the turbo pressure on there. Below that you have your oil level and then your engine temperature. So there in the center where it says adaptive cruise mode, that is a menu, and around the outside of that you can see you have your tachometer and your digital speedometer and the gear that you are in, which we are in park right now. You can see there is a stop sign off to the side there because there is a stop sign at the end of this street. All right, you do have temperature on the upper left and the time on the upper right. In the middle, we have the menus. So what we are going to do is you hold down the OK button right here. We hold that down. That's going to pop up your menu options. So in the center, you have adaptive cruise mode, blank, map 2, map 1, driving support, which is your driver assistance and which is also where the adaptive cruise mode is. Okay, so then we can press to the left and we will change this menu over here. So right now it's on the turbo, and then you go to engine and transmission oil temperatures, and then you have auxiliary gauges, which are your battery voltage and your oil pressure. We're going to go to your trailer brake, pitch and roll, traction monitor, so you can tell what tires are getting traction and when. Your drive info, so you got average speed and total time driving. Android Auto, it's going to tell you what music you have on your Android Auto. There is your compass. Driving support, just like the center. Eco indicator is going to tell you how economically you are driving. And then fuel economy, blank, G-forces. So you've got your acceleration, brake, left, right, G-forces. That's pretty cool. And back to your turbo gauge. Now we'll press right on the arrows right here, and it'll go to the center and then over to this side. Do the same thing on this side. Most of these menus are the same as what it was on the left. So you have your miles per gallon there, blank, your G-forces, turbo gauge, engine oil, transmission temperatures, auxiliary gauges, your trailer brake, pitch and roll, traction monitor, drive info, audio, navigation, driving support, eco indicator, fuel economy. So those are all the same on the left and the right, pretty much, and then you have your driver, your center one, and that's pretty much it there. We go back to the center. Let's move over to this 14-inch infotainment screen. All right, so you can see we got climate control buttons all across the bottom. They all stay there. They are permanently there, which is really nice. If you're not going to put physical buttons, it's nice that you have that at the bottom. So up top here, we do have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And to switch over to the Lexus functions, we're going to hit that button there. We got Lexus right up here. This is going to show you navigation, and then you can click music. You can click to your phone, which is going to automatically bring up the Android Auto again. Go back in here, and then we're going to hit car. So this is what your current trip is right now. You have estimated 129 miles left. We've been sitting here for about 11 minutes while we're making this video at 0 miles per hour. Go to history. 4.8 miles per gallon is what we're averaging. Our best was 17.9. If you want to reset that, you hit update, then it'll put the date and what your miles per gallon was, and then it'll start over again. Then we go into settings. And here is where you're going to set up everything. You can set up your profile in here, which is nice. And then you have your personal information, your Bluetooth. This is where you're going to set up your phone. And I know the screen is flashing, but that's just the camera. It's not the actual screen. So like my phone is connected. You got other phones connected here. We can actually remove those or add more. General is just going to be your accessibility, your date and time. You can set up whatever formats you want with this stuff, depending on where you live. Notifications, you can turn on software updates, vehicle suggestions, virtual assistant, navigation during calls, and then you have all of these turn-by-turn traffic alerts, state border guidance, and verified roads. Just kind of notifications to let you know while you are driving. Have a Wi-Fi where you set up a hotspot if you choose to. And then you have your display. So you have your screen, and right now it's on display, automatic, so it'll turn dark at night and vice versa during the day. And then your camera, it's got a bunch of different colors and brightness and all that type of stuff that you can add. Sound and media. So you've got your auto sound levelizer. You've got your ringtones, your receive volume, so you can turn all of this stuff whatever level you would like to come in at, so it's not like really loud and distracting. Driver assist, and then you have your surround sound tuning. You can set up your treble, your mid, your bass, and where you want the music to be centered at. And then you go to media. You want to display the cover art of the song that you are listening to. Navigation, you have a bunch of different things that you can set up on here. Show work, show favorites, show nearby parking, calibrate your map, show free flowing traffic accidents, route options, so you can avoid tolls, avoid highways, avoid ferries, avoid seasonal roads, avoid border crossings. So that's pretty nice that you'll be able to change all of that inside of your navigation if you choose to use the vehicle navigation. Going on down, you have vehicle customization. So you have your heads-up display that you can actually adjust. So you can twist it side to side. You can move it up and down, whatever you need to. Brightness, you can have a full display customized. You can have standard or minimal. So it depends on how much stuff you want on your heads-up display. Your gauges. So you can have an eco indicator to let you know that you are driving economically. And then the stoplights display. The stoplights display basically mean when you put your brakes on, it puts little lights down at the bottom of your driver's display here. So they will be right down here. If I press on the brake, you see those two lights lit up. Brake off, brake on, brake off. That's what that is. And then when we go into lights, you've got all your daytime running lights, your auto sensitivity, so you can have that on normal, low, or high. Auto off timer for any of your exterior lights, your interior lights, your headlights. Illumination, so you've got ambient lighting in here. You can have that set whatever you want to. There's multiple different themes that you can choose in here, along with different zones for front, rear, foot, wherever you want that light to be. Door control, you've got auto lock by shift from park or off completely, and then auto unlock by shift to park by driver door or off. To press unlock, lock when door is opened, unlock all doors, or you can choose just the driver door. Auto relock timer, so that's shut off right now, but you can set that so that if you press the unlock on your key fob but you don't actually open the door, it will relock itself if you have one of these times set. So you can go 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or 120 seconds on those. You got feedback lights, feedback tone, power back door, which is your lift gate, your hands-free lift gate, buzzer, opening position, it's manual, which you can change that to high opening position if you want to. And then we'll go over here. We've got boarding and exit. If you turn this on, then your seat will slide either partially back or all the way back to make it easy for you to get in and out. And then you also have your tire pressure. This is all going to be based off of your remote start. So operating time, however long you want it to be on, your front and front left, front right, auto seat temperatures, smog sensitivity. That's something new I haven't seen before. And then you go to utility and your brake type. This is your trailer brake. And then you've got your rear seat reminder and your customize your adaptive cruise. And that is all of that. We go on down here, your driver assist. So now you have your driver support, traffic jam assist, driver monitoring record, allow the camera's recording of driver's condition during a traffic jam assist, sensitivity, steering assist, deceleration assist, obstacles, anticipation assist, extended resume time, acceleration. I like to have the acceleration on high, guide message, reduce speed, mild or mid. Reduce speed is mid. Alert timing. This is how early you want it to alert you. Alert options. Do you want it to vibrate or do you want an audible alert on your lane departure? Lane change assist is turned on and driver monitor alert is on. We'll have that on for the test, but then I shut it off because I don't like it beeping and yelling at me to look at the road. Collision mitigation, so you got warning timing. You can default that one, so you can turn that to later or earlier for your pre-collision. Your front cross traffic alert, that is on. Alert timing is on default. You can set it to later or earlier. Volume on your driver, your parking assist volume is on mid. So you have low or high on that one. Support timing is on default for your blind spot monitoring. Basically same thing, later or earlier. Buzzer alert, brightness, you can turn it dim or bright. Outside rear view mirror indicators on your safe exit assist. So that will alert you if something is coming up beside you so you can get out of the vehicle safely. And then your sensitivity to that. Okay, notifications, excess speed cautions can be visual. You can choose to have none or visual and audible. Same with the rest of these other caution options and excess speed caution level. We usually have ours set on 5 miles per hour. Driver brake suggestion. So if you get outside of the lines too many times, it will tell you that you need to take a break. Voice and search, you can see that what the wake word is. You got dealer info and security. So vehicle name, Lexus GX. You got a privacy lock if you want to turn that on. You got software updates. There's no updates available. And then you can go into apps, which are not existent. All right, and then we can go back to our Android Auto. We go down here to your climate control because this is part of the thing. You have auto on your heat and cooling on your seats, and then you have auto on your steering wheel. You can press this climate button, and that's going to bring you up to this, which is a climate concierge. So adjust comfort level devices automatically by auto. So you have this on auto. The S Flow, direct air only to occupied seats. So that's pretty cool function. You got eco, heat and cool, and you have a windshield de-icer. All right, we close that, and then you have these little app buttons right down here. We're going to press that, and that is going to bring up some hotkeys. So you have frequently used ones, and then you have comfort and convenience, and you can swipe over once. Heads up display in standard minimal mode, driver assist features right there, and then some more driver assist features. So they're all little hot buttons right there, easy for you to access. So that was your driver's display and your infotainment screen, which is really nice. I really do like it. So now we're going to go out and we're going to test the driver assistance features. We're going to take some corners, see how it does going around the corners on lane centering, and then we're going to see what happens if you pass out, you have a medical emergency, and you can't take control of the car, see what it does, what it happens as you're driving if you don't touch the steering wheel or do anything. All right, we are going to run this test, and we have all the driver assistance turned on, including lane centering now. We're getting ready to go into a curve right here, so we're going to see how it does. I'm going to keep my hand on the steering wheel this first part and just see how it does. All right, doing really well so far. It's doing good. Not sure why the wipers are on. Shut those off. All right, first corner, no problem. Now this second corner, once we go through the corner, I'm going to let go of it before we get to the corner, and then I am not going to touch the steering wheel afterwards, no matter what it tells me to do. And okay, so now I'm not touching anything. We are looking at the screen off to the side so I don't block the camera. Okay, it's telling me to put my hands on the wheel right now. Okay, beeping, beeping. All right, beeping, beeping still. You can see we're still going down the road. All of this is still just beeping. Okay, driver support will be activated. Dropping support will be activated soon. So we're slowing down right now. You can see we're down to 45 miles per hour. Nobody behind us right now, so everything is good. Slowing us down, slowing us down. I'd like to really have it like hit the brakes to kind of jar somebody if needed. But it is stopping us in the center of the road without any problems. We're stopped, almost stopped for... There, we are stopped, and hazards are on. Beeping still going on, but nothing else. Yeah, so there we go. That's it. We're all done. We're sitting here in the middle of the road with everything flashing, but that's all it's going to do. All right, I think that's good enough for this test. Go to drive. It did relatively well, brought us to a complete stop. Lights were flashing and all of that stuff. The one thing I would like to see Toyota do is to implement some sort of something to really alert you, like hitting the brakes a couple times. That actually would throw somebody forward. It might jar them enough to kind of wake them up. That would be nice to see. And maybe contact 911 emergency or something like that when it actually stops. So other than that, it brought you to a stop. It was controlled, kept us in the middle of the highway, so it did a really good job. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, then click the video on the screen, and that'll give you some more information about this GX550, and then you have a blessed day.